Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Morrell. Welcome to the Man Cave, where we keep the party going. Today's topic is about a great invention that wasn't heard of back in the day. This invention is biological because if you go to way back in the day, there's a reason men preferred women who've never had any bedroom fun. And one of the main reasons is they want to ensure that the kid that came out of the woman was theirs. We fast forward many generations, and now we have this great invention called Ancestry DNA or 23andMe, or pick your favorite company that you want to use. That's the irrelevant part. But it's just truly amazing on how many people are walking around here thinking these family secrets are never going to come out, and they come out. Usually what happens is you'll go to a funeral, and there'll be, two sides of the pew, whatever it is, or two sides of the aisle, and people are sitting and so forth, so on. You see your normal brothers and sisters and cousins and aunties and uncles and whatever it may have been. And there's a whole other side. And you're like, wait a minute, who are all these people? And they're going up to the family, hey, my name is XYZ, and I'm your stepbrother. And you're like, I never knew dad had other kids. And she's like, yeah, I'm your stepsister. You're like, where's all this coming from? And the whole time, certain family members knew about these secrets, but they never told you about it because they thought it'd be in your best interest to not know this information. But now you're in your 30s, now you're in your 40s, and you're like, this don't make any sense. It's kind of like being a kid, and when somebody can really go back and think about it, like Santa Claus. What year, what age did you find out Santa Claus wasn't real? Was it 5 years old? Was it 10 years old? Was it 20? Well, it wasn't 20. I almost get, well, if it was 20 years old, God forbid. I mean, it is what it is. But when you find out Santa wasn't real, your world came to a close. Like, wait a minute, Santa Claus ain't real? Nah. What about the Easter Bunny? And it goes on and on and on. Me personally, going through my journey of life, I've always known that the man who raised me is not my biological father. Cool. No harm, no foul. I grew up in an era where you don't ask any questions. You ask questions, you get slapped. Yes, I grew up in the 1900s. Right now, they got this great invention called gentle parenting. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with destroying your kid either. But at some point, you got to have these adult conversations. When you're raising kids, do you want to keep kids in the kids' place? Absolutely. But you got to think about it like this. The kid's going to be an adult way longer than they're going to be a kid. So if you're doing the correct parenting things, you need to prepare your kid to be more of an adult than as a kid. That's my lesson. That's my little sit on the pulpit, talking to everybody about parenting skills. But going back to the DNA, we shouldn't have to wait to a funeral to find out all of these family secrets. And like I said before, the man who raised me, I always knew he wasn't my biological father. Cool, no harm, no foul. So for many years, I'm trying to figure out, I got three brothers and a sister. Why? Why am I so tall? I'm way taller than my brothers and sisters. Wait a minute, I'm dark. How am I darker than everybody else? Wait a minute, why do I have a different mindset than everybody else? What's going on here? I don't worry about it. Maybe it's just everybody's a little different in the family. Cool. I'm in my 20s. I've met different people, men or women. I kind of tell my story a little bit about I know my biological father, never been in a picture. The man who raised me isn't my father. Cool. I'm like, hey, man, we'll take a DNA test. First thing came to my head was, oh, I'm not doing that. I don't want the government having my DNA. I'm in my 30s now. Same stuff. Hey, why don't you take a DNA test, maybe find out who your father is? I'm like, I don't want the government having my DNA. Who do you think they is? They might clone me, pick a word, pick a phrase, whatever it may have been. Now I'm in my 40s, and I have a friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was like, I did a DNA test, and I have friends, well, not friends, I have family an hour and a half away. I have family here in the city. I'm like, wow. And they're super close. So it's like, wait a minute. This person did a DNA test, found out who their biological father was. Found out there was family that's actually close to them and they're real cool. I'm like, all right, maybe one year I'll take this. My journey last year at 46 years old, I'm like, let's go figure this stuff out. Took a DNA test and started popping up with all kind of stuff. Beyonce's my cousin. Nah, I'm messing with you. Beyonce's not my cousin, but I probably have. It shows percentages. Like for example, if your father or mom was in there, it'll show 50%. If you have first cousins or aunties, it'll show like 20-something%, so forth and so on. So going through that process, so I'm making some phone calls, this, that, and this. I called this person. This person don't know anything. Called this person, they don't know anything. And on and behold, I actually found my biological father. He lives in Miami. So I went there. I'm like, well, at the time I didn't really know because my mom, who's still alive, didn't really give me too much information. Like, hey, like I said, I grew up with the phrase of we don't really talk about certain things. We don't do it. We don't talk about grown folk conversation. Even though I'm grown, it's just the way I grew up. We don't have grown folk conversation with your parents. Cool. So basically, I'm going underneath the radar to try to figure this out on my own. And I connect with this person, connect with this person. I go down a big old rabbit hole and I find him after so many phone calls, so many text messages, so forth, so on. I fly out to Miami. I get there. He takes a DNA test, spits in the bottle, send the bottle off. Okay, cool. Bottle comes back with the results maybe about 2 weeks or 3 weeks later on. Bam, he's my biological father. He is denying that he's my biological father. One of the greatest things, actually the greatest thing about DNA is DNA don't lie. DNA don't know who you are. DNA don't know the story. Only DNA knows those is that these chromosomes or type things matching with these type of things, you are his father. That's it. And what I'm encouraging everybody to do is if you have any doubts in your mind about what's really going on in your family, I encourage each and every one of y'all to take a DNA test as soon as possible. Why? Because that family member, whether it be a cousin, whether it be a sister, a brother that you don't know about, you have an opportunity to build a brand new part of your family going forward, versus waiting for a funeral to talk to these family members because you found out all of these family secrets after a funeral. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Not at all. I'm gonna do it right fast. I'm gonna post this quick video right fast because you know me, I'm all about this great invention called videos. I want to share it with you guys. Let me get back to the screen. There we go. And let's play this video right fast.
You. Now you see this right here? This is you. Do you realize it took 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, 32 great-great-great-grandparents, and 64 great-great-great-great-grandparents, and 128 great-great-great-great-grandparents in order for you to be here? So that means your ancestors survived disease, famine, conflict. They had to reach reproductive age. They had to find a partner and then have a specific combination of genetics to produce you. Yo, all I'm saying is this. You might not know your purpose yet, but just the fact that you even exist is a miracle. Don't let anything or anybody define you, because just you being here is proof that you're great.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't say anything better than that. Not at all. You have parents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, great-great-great-grand, and all of this to make that you're here. And it all boils down to this great invention called DNA. Like, where do I come from? I never knew who my grandmother's mother was until I took my DNA test. I never knew who my grandmother's father was until I took a DNA test. I'm just like, I'm learning a whole new part of the family that I never knew about before. At the end of the day, we were all born. Cool. Congratulations to us all. But what's our family history? How far can we go back? Everybody talk about this and talk about that. Nah, I want to really know who my true family is. There's nothing wrong with people saying, oh, that's my play cousin. I don't want to know my play cousin. I want to know my real cousin. Who are my real sisters? Who are my real brothers? Who's my father? Who's my dad? I can only imagine being adopted, trying to figure out who is my biological family. Here's one thing I want to talk about to the ladies. Ladies, I understand why, to a degree, a lot of you all lie or don't tell the truth about who the father of the kid is. I'm going to say from a man's point of view, he's going to know why his last name is his last name. He's going to do his history. And when you lie and tell this man or boy at the time, but he goes to be a man, hey, your father's name is Larry. Oh, shoot, Larry? Okay, cool. I don't know. I've never seen Larry before in a lot of situations. I don't know who he is. I don't have any pictures of him, but my dad's name is Larry. So for years, you're going around, my dad's name is Larry. And on behold, you take a DNA test, you find out your dad's name is Kenneth, and he lives 2 blocks down the street. What the hell just happened? Your whole world turned into an OODA loop. Why? Because you were told a lie. And I get it, women, ladies, I get it. Maybe you had a one night stand. Maybe you had a 1 month fling. Maybe you had a 1 year fling and he had no intentions of marrying you. Just tell the kid the truth. Hey, or let's go even deeper into it. You know what? I had bedroom fun with 2 people at the same time. Why you just can't say the truth? Tell the kid what it is. Granted, the show isn't on TV anymore, but the Moore Show is very popular by doing this. Hey, here is Rebecca. Here is Janet. And everybody's cheering. Yeah, Janet, that's what I'm talking about. She's like, yeah, Maury, I know he's the father, so forth, so on, blah, blah, blah. And the crowd is like hyping her up. Go, go, go. It's a celebration. Then here comes Kenneth. Oh, hell, boo, boo. Now remember, everybody, this is Janet's, Tasha's, Rebecca's 10th time being on the show. What are we talking about? If you really sit back and break it down, Maury Show was telling you guys in real time that women be lying. Can I get something from the choir? Women be lying. I'm not saying all, but if you lined up 100 women, I'm going to say the majority, and the majority could be 51%, they be lying. Just tell the truth to the kid. Don't let a kid grow up to be 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to share a small story. I have first cousins right now that's in their 60s, and they literally just found out. They kind of had ideas that real clear, but they found out for 100% that a lot of the, well, not a lot, the father figures that they were told aren't their fathers. Imagine that. Being in your 60s and finding out for the first time, like with concrete evidence, not from rumor mill, that the biological father that you always thought was your father ain't your father. Now that's diabolical. Diabolical. But it happens not every day, but every day. My fault. You know what? Not every day, but every other day. These lies need to stop. We got to stop these lies. It's not helping the kids. Everybody cares about themselves. I'm going to keep you away from your father because I don't like him. And the kid needs the father. What are we doing? He's not a good father, but you slept with him. He was good enough. How does a man who doesn't force himself on you and y'all had a consensual bedroom fun become all of a sudden a bad guy? I get it. He might have peacocked and showed you some gold chains and so forth, so on, and maybe presented something that he really wasn't. Ha, gotcha. But with that being said, though, I was always taught you're supposed to marry before you carry. I get it. Using the club, you was lit. He looked good. You know you look good. You know you had your fake hair on, your eyelashes, your makeup, and your nails. You know you was looking good. But the kid don't know who his father is. Or a woman that's like, you know what? I know Daryl is a bad guy. He's never gonna be a good father. But Larry Larry got a good job. Larry got a great career. I'm gonna go with Larry. Put on the birth certificate. Hey, Larry, I'm in the hospital. Come over here and sign his birth certificate. Larry, like, absolutely. I'll be the greatest father of all time. And then Larry finds out maybe years later, like, wait a minute, I'm 6'3". The kid is like 5'2". What's going on here? I got nappy hair, hypothetically, and the kid got straight hair. Like, what's going on here? The kid does not look like me at all. We got to get back down to the basics. As always, I got more slides for you guys. So, we do it live. All right. All I did was do a simple Google search and the percentage of people with the wrong DNA. Let's read all together. AI overview. The concept of wrong DNA can be interpreted in several ways, including testing, inaccuracies, natural genetic variations, mutations, and misattributed. That word. Yeah, can't pronounce that word. There you go. It happens. I got a high school education. Guess what? I'm not afraid to admit I can't read the best, but I read better than most. It is what it is. DNA testing, accuracy, and errors. DNA tests are generally highly accurate, but errors can occur primarily in sample processing or interpretation, not the underlying science. And my magical piece I want to touch on right here is paternity tests. Among men who have a reason to take paternity tests, about 32% receive not the father result. This is a reflection of the demographic taking the test, not the general population. Long story, short story. If fathers start taking DNA tests on their kids, I wonder if this percentage will actually go up from 32%. So what this saying, I'll read it again. Among men who have a reason to take paternity tests, about 32% receive a not the father result. Imagine if everybody over the next couple of years, either directly or indirectly, had a DNA test. How many family secrets are going to come out? How many family secrets are going to come out? But you know why this won't ever happen? Because women don't lie. And I'm not here to bash the women. They have the reasons for saying what they said. What they don't realize is hurting the kid. It's hurting the kid. I'm that kid. I'm one of many. I'm one of that 32%. I'm actually pretty higher. I promise you this. If a lot of people start taking DNA tests, there's going to be a lot of family secrets. And the auntie knows about it already. The cousin know about it already. Maybe even the brother or sister know about it. Everybody know but you. What are we doing? Whew. I had to get that one off my chest. Ladies, tell the kids the truth. I used to be for the streets. If it's true, I had bedroom fun with multiple different people in a short time span. I don't know who your father is. As a kid, they might sound like crap. I get it. As they get older, like, you know what? That's actually not that bad. I can respect it because at least you told the truth. But finding out on your own after so many years, it's tough. You're living a lie. A lot of kids are living a lie. They have the wrong last name. They're thinking this father that they always had is their father, and it's not. And it's not right. Let's take back our power and let's take some DNA tests. I'll tell you what, though. Go to this Christmas. Sure, with some of these bad boys, with some of these DNA tests. Hey, everybody, let's get around, take a DNA test. Watch you get scared. Like, I ain't taking that DNA test. I don't want the government to have my DNA. They got it already anyways. Think about it like this. When you go to the hospital and you draw blood, after they get, your cholesterol and your levels, whatever that might have been, what do you think they're doing with all that extra blood? I don't know for a fact. I'm just guessing, speculating. Do you think they're really throwing it away? Do you think that they're taking it and do something else with it? I don't know. What I'm saying is, if the government truly wanted your DNA, they already got it. With that being said, like, subscribe, add to the comments of this video. Over here on this channel, we're not here to talk about social norms, what's going on in entertainment and what's going on with Usher or Candy Burris or Brad Pitt or Angela Jolie. We're not doing that over here. I want to have real grown folk conversations that need to be mentioned to the masses, because this DNA topic is going to hit a lot of people. Might not be you and your family, but maybe one of your friends. And watch how they react when they find out that they've been living a lie for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And even some of my new family members, 60 plus years, they've been living a lie. It ain't right. Subscribe, like, comment in the section. And as always, keep the party going.